Hello and welcome to my tarot corner. Before I start, I want to show you something. This is the original Neo Rider Waite tarot. It's beautiful, it's amazing. All of the cards are gilded, but it is very, very hard to shuffle. I mean, the cards go all over the place when I try to shuffle them. And after I got them, it was, you see what I'm talking about? So after I got them, I was looking for a version that would be easier to shuffle. And believe it or not, I did find an imitation. It's not the real one. But it looks very much alike. Not as beautiful because it's not gilded, but it has the same depictions and it is easier to work with. It's also smaller, so it will be easier for me to work with. So I apologize from the beginning for using that deck and not this beautiful deck. But as beautiful as it is, it's just impossible for me to use. Not especially not in my current state, which my hands are very shaky. So I am retorting to this imitation, which is beautiful but not as beautiful, and I want to use it because I am going to start delving into Prince Harry's psyche. So first, my first spread will be about his trauma or his tragedy, the tragedy that he suffered. And it is a 7-card spread. I will explain each card when it comes out. And I will, and that is the first episode in delving into his psyche. I don't want the videos to be too long, so we'll start with the tragedy that actually, in my opinion, wrote the remainder of his life and influenced him in so many ways that it is hard to actually understand exactly what happened to him. And since it is the first time I'm using this deck, I'm going to clear it with Palo Santo as well. So I'm just waiting for the fire to catch. And now we're clearing the energies. And another clear. And I'm starting with Prince Harry's tragedy, Prince Harry's tragedy, Prince Harry's tragedy. Okay, we'll cut it into 3. Okay, some space. Usually I take the middle one, not always. And I'm starting with the person. So who is the person we're talking about? And here we're talking about the King of Wands. Now, usually I get Harry as the King of Cups, although he is an earth sign, he's a Virgo. But in this depiction, and I think that this is the person he was supposed to be, let's say it that way, if the tragedy wouldn't have happened. So this is the person he would have been if he wouldn't have lost his mother. And then we would see someone who is is initiative, is has good ideas, new beginnings, but also very impulsive, irritates very easily, get angry very easily, and we saw it also in many times when he lashed at the press before he met Megan. We saw how he acted as when he wore Nazi uniform, when he spoke in racist terms in the army. So this is the person he was, or the person maybe that he was supposed to be. Now, what is the mindset? What is his mindset? And we get the moon. And the moon is the mother card. The moon is a card of someone who is very much in need of mental health therapy, someone who needs to talk about it. This is a card about confusion and helplessness, emotional problems, and especially connected to his mother. So I'm not surprised that this is his mindset. What's his understanding? And we see here the Nine of Swords. So he is worried. He's very much worried, and for good reasons. And that is because he knows that he has done many mistakes. He is very, very worried. And this is a card that tells you that the worst will happen. And you cannot even do anything to defer it unless you start acting logically. But if you don't act out logically, and he doesn't, you get into failure, into sickness, and he is sick. His mindset is sick. This is inability to act rightfully. This is wrong judgment. This is troubles. This is unpleasant things, gloomy, self-destruction, wrong choices, choosing not to see the reality as it is, and very hard to cut when needed. And of course, this is badly aspecting everything, and the moon also badly aspects everything. So what is he afraid to hear? And we get judgment. He is afraid to hear that processes are taking time. This is not something that you can just, click your finger like this and everything will happen the way you want. The Judgment card is a card of a change, but a change that is coming, and you cannot nullify it. And the change is taking time. It's like a butterfly that is trying to take out to get out of the cocoon, and he needs to strengthen his wings in order to get out of the cocoon. It's a process, and this process takes time. And this is something that Harry doesn't want to see. He doesn't want to hear. He's afraid of hearing that. He's afraid of hearing that he needs time, and time to do things right. So what kind of advice can we give him? And it's the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a card that tells him you can realize your needs in the material world. You can take the next step. You can do that. But you just need to start thinking long term. You need to start doing things right. If you don't do that right, the Ace of Pentacles will not come out. What's his reaction to this? And we get the King of Pentacles. No, he wants it now. He wants it now. He wants to be the King of Pentacles. He wants to be the general manager. He needs an independent career. He wants this independence, the money. He has ambitions. And this is what he wants. This is his reaction. I want it now. So what is the tragedy all in all? And we get the Knight of Cups. And the real tragedy here is that he is a fantasizer. He fantasizes about things that are not true. He thinks before he doesn't think before he answers, and he misses opportunities. And this is the real tragedy. So we know that the tragedy is losing his mother, but the real tragedy is the way he dealt with it. He didn't deal with it rightly. He's still worried. He's still with a lot of problems. He doesn't want to hear the truth. He doesn't want to understand how he can manage to be that King of Pentacles that he wants. If I can remind you, the Ace of Pentacles is the number one in the Pentacles suit, and the King of Pentacles is the last card. You need to start in the beginning. If you don't start in the beginning, you'll never get to what you want. If you want to be the King of Pentacles, then you have to start doing things from scratch, not wait for things to happen by themselves, which is exactly what the Knight of Cups believes. He believes that things can happen by themselves. He believes that things can just happen if he clicks his fingers and he will get whatever he wants. But it doesn't work like that, not in the real world. And I think that maybe somebody should have been telling them, and him especially, that. Okay, so I'm taking a wisdom card for him. This is the wisdom of the House of Night oracle cards. And let's see what we can get. So, wisdom for Prince Harry. Wisdom for Prince Harry. Wisdom from Prince Harry. And I get High Priestess of Water. He is immersed in his emotion. He is so immersed in his emotion that it is impossible for him to start thinking logically. All his actions, everything comes out of the water energy, which is emotions and feelings. And he's so immersed in his emotions, he is unable to start thinking logically and correct things. So this is part one, and I'll be back with part two, and then we will know more about Prince Harry. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, write me a comment, write me an email. Everything is in the description box below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.